Hey, what's going on everybody? Servo here. Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to open up like a new series, and I'm also going to put this in its own playlist. I'm going to start doing these like community letters to Gameloft. This is not a demand or anything like that to or from Gameloft. We are just going to use these videos as a way for kind of pull the community together so that we can be heard on certain things. Pretty much a way to give constructive feedback to the developers. There's not really any way to give feedback to Gameloft other than maybe commenting on their social posts and things like that. So maybe Gameloft will come across this video. If you guys hit that like button and subscribe, it'll definitely help get the reach out there. If you guys share it around and other people can voice their concerns and stuff as well in the comment section below. Gameloft seems to be one of them companies where they kind of lurk, but they do listen. Sometimes it takes a while, but they always you could tell from the changes and updates that we get, they are listening and they definitely lurk in these areas. So maybe they'll come across this video and we can be heard. So the current topic for this one, this community letter, and I may do these as needed, maybe bi-weekly or once a month or something like that. But the issue for this one is a Dreamlight and just not enough ways to actually get Dreamlight into the game. I'm going to voice what I think we can do and how we can fix the Dreamlight issue. Beast, that is so rude, bro. I'm making an intro here. All right, you know what? He wants to be in the shot. It's fine. And you guys can let us know down below what you think we can do. And then hopefully Gameloft will see this video and make some changes. So yeah, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. Let's jump right into it. Now, I have mentioned this before, and I'm going to talk about it again because I truly think this would be the best way for them to fix the Dreamlight situation. Obviously, you don't want to put us in a position where we end up getting too much Dreamlight and then Dreamlight is worthless, right? But we want it to be at least the reasonable enough to get and have other avenues of getting Dreamlight rather than always going back to the Dreamlight duty. So they're going to have to find a balance for this. You know, you can harvest 5 vegetables, you get 100 Dreamlight. That doesn't take long, right? It only takes a few seconds. You get 100. Go give 2 villagers any gifts, you get 150. You know, it take you less than 2 minutes. You already have 250 Dreamlight from this. Take a picture, gives you 50 energy. So, or 50 Dreamlight. Now, what I had mentioned before previously is I think they should just give us 1 Dreamlight for every action you do in the valleys. So, for example, if you come over here and you harvest all of these trees every time they spawn, I think I have about 60 of these trees in the bushes. So if I were to go through here and just play the game, I would get 60 Dreamlight. So I would be earning stuff passively. Every time I come over here and I mine a node, I get 1 Dreamlight. Every time I go pick up a flower or something, as long as it naturally spawned and I didn't just drop a stack of them and pick them up, I should get a Dreamlight. So every time I come over here, that should be a Dreamlight. Coming over here to that node will give me another one. I come over here, I clean up night thorns, which only spawn a certain amount per day, 10 night thorns per day. Or yeah, you know, that would be an extra 1 Dreamlight. Maybe you could give 5 for every time you clean up the valley. I mean, the whole point of Dreamlight Valley was to take it from a state of nothing, it was overran, and we are restoring the valley, and it's a magical place. So obviously every action we do should generate a Dreamlight. I do think that the uncrafting station should use Dreamlight like it does, but we need to be able to make it where we can get Dreamlight a little bit easier and through other things. I even think I would be more encouraged to play this game and just do my natural tasks and stuff if I was slowly, accruing a Dreamlight as I go. I mean, so there's more emphasis to actually play the game and play all the different aspects of the game as well. Picking up flowers, foraging, coming over here, mining your rocks. And honestly, I think Gameloft would actually like that because it encourages people to play more and play longer if they're actively kind of multitasking. You know, if you go and feed a critter per day, maybe you could have an extra 5 or 10 Dreamlight. It's not much, but it would definitely stack up over time. And I don't think it would be too much where it just makes a Dreamlight worthless. You either play the game and get a good amount, or you don't. Now, you could still have the Dreamlight duties as well. Now, another idea I had, which I had mentioned on stream the other day, is I think whenever you're time bending over here in the valley, it would be nice, instead of getting missed, if you ended up getting Dreamlight over here. Now this one could make it a little too overpowered, because if you stack time benders and stuff, you would be able to drop like over 1,000 Dreamlight every single time you go and get like a Dreamlight bundle. So they might have to nerf that a little bit. But even something like this, if you were time bending, instead of it dropping mist, maybe it dropped 50 Dreamlight, you know. I think that would be something really great as well. So we just got 304 mist from that. Obviously 300 mist from one time bending might be a little bit too much, honestly, because then you could just go around and just time bend nonstop. Maybe put a cap on it where it doesn't go above 50 Dreamlight. Now let's go ahead and take a look at some other posts of some players that had some idea. We got Dotso here that said a solution to the Dreamlight problem. So everyone is annoyed about the uncrafting table and needing Dreamlight for everything. Gameloft, I have a solution. I'm glad I'm not the only one who's seen this. I actually went to make my Reddit review today, and it's post after post of people not happy with the uncrafting table. You know, we've been using so much Dreamlight already for unlocking floating islands, for realms, and it's just really tough. So they said players should be able to unlock a slot machine where they can buy Dreamlight with star coins. This way, more experienced players who find it difficult to grind for Dreamlight but are sitting on millions of coins can benefit. Newer players who have less coins would get Dreamlight easier by doing the duties, so it evens out. In order to make it a bit restrictive, there could be a limit to how much Dreamlight you can buy each day. There we go. Okay, yeah, so have some restrictions. This player knows what they're talking about, okay? I love that. Think of a way we can earn more Dreamlight, but not a way that it's going to become overpowered, or, you know, like the coins we have in the game. We can get so many coins so easily from doing pumpkin farming and some other stuff, going out there and mining a bunch and things like that. So yes, absolutely, put a cap on it. Maybe you can only get a certain amount of Dreamlight from a slot machine. I actually like the idea of a slot machine as well. I don't know which vendor, which character would be really good for that, but imagine having a character, they're like a little vendor or something. You can go over there. Maybe it could be Scrooge McDuck's nephews, all three of them, like just run a slot machine. That would be so freaking cool. Or maybe day you can buy Dreamlight, but the next day you can only buy night shards or wrought iron or anything else in the game which is slightly rare. That'd be pretty cool, actually. Oh, and then we have a Curial here that said if the hourglass would give Dreamlight in the valley instead of mist. Yes, that's exactly what I was talking about. Get the native material in that biome. That would solve this as well. Duties just don't give enough with more and more things requiring Dreamlight. Yeah, it seems like Gameloft wants to shift into more and more things requiring Dreamlight, which again, it makes sense because the whole valley runs on Dreamlight, but it also makes sense to be getting like actual Dreamlight back from doing different actions and restoring the valley. This person said, wow, this is the first solution that gives a restriction and I love it. I have way too many coins and would love to buy some Dreamlight, but I think it's nice to have a limit. Keeps you coming back. Yeah, absolutely. You know, it's kind of like Scrooge's shop. Once you get everything in the furniture, like all the furniture and decor and everything, you don't really have a reason to go back into Scrooge's shop, so then it's kind of boring. But if they give you a reason to keep coming back and participating in something, that would be great. I also thought about having like weekly tasks would be cool. So maybe you could farm up. You could do a couple tasks that give you a lot of Dreamlight, maybe 3 tasks that were kind of difficult to do, but they give you a couple thousand Dreamlight each. That might be kind of interesting as well. So they might have to end up cranking up the things that you use Dreamlight for, but then if we have other ways, I think that would fix it as well. I mean, the main thing about Dreamlight duties is not that you don't really get a lot. I mean, you get a lot of stuff from doing this. So just on this page here, all these are simple. I would get 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 850, and this probably wouldn't take me very long. So I'd get almost 1,000. It's just, it gets really repetitive. You know, you have to keep coming back in here into your menu, then looking at this, then going doing it, then coming back to the menu and then doing that, and then take a picture and then maybe swap out your clothing, you know, options like that. Run all the way to Vitali's Mine and do that. So it doesn't necessarily take long. It's just after years and years, it does get repetitive. So it would be nice to have other ways to go and get some Dreamlight. I see this post here by Relation Party 2930. They said, are we kidding with this uncrafting station? It's actually like the most upvoted here. They said, Gameloft, who are you kidding right now? So you've given me a game where I can't even simply destroy something. This is actually a big one. I have some stuff I would love to destroy on another account, and not even like get resources back. There's just some stuff I would love to just delete, like a whole trash can option. Like most games have in your inventory, there's like a little trash can. You can drag the item and just destroy it. It's really weird that Dreamlight Valley doesn't have that. And they could also have a pop-up message like, are you sure you want to destroy this, so you don't accidentally like click and drag and put it over there and then destroy. So that's something they could do. But they said I can't even simply destroy something, but now I have to pay outrageous amounts of Dreamlight to deconstruct items I don't need anymore, which already cost me dearly. You give me seeds as a reward still. Also, who are you trying to kid with seeds as a reward? Yeah, I mean, a lot of the things when you're like digging and foraging and things like that, whenever you get seeds to drop, I always sell them. You know, I never end up using the seeds. Maybe extremely early in the game it would be useful. And then they said, but I have to pay thousands of Dreamlight to deconstruct garbage. The fact that I can't deconstruct or at least destroy anything I want in this game is nuts. The fact that I have to pay through the nose to do anything with it is gross. No thank you, do better. Also, Mr. Star Sky had it right. The UI is horrible. Gameloft, listen to the man in your community. So yeah, the UI on this is not the best when it comes to actually selecting stuff. I don't have too much on this account, my second account, so it doesn't matter. But if I was on my main account, if you want to find something, you would have to scroll and scroll and scroll just to find one item. I still don't know why they make a big deal implementing in certain updates about search bars and stuff. But when they add a new feature into the game, like the crafting station, they know we're going to want a search bar in here. So if you were wanting to find your swimming pools or whatever, it would be so nice to click on here, type in SW, enter, boom, find your swimming pool, and then go on about your day. So it's really weird that they acknowledge the issues, you know, and then they still come up with like a UI that's set up like this. So I do agree with that. Now, the deconstructing bench, the uncrafting station, is actually good if you already have a lot of stuff. So for example, if you have small chest, I can spend, or not small chest, sorry, medium chest, I could spend 300 Dreamlight, but then I'll end up getting 1,000 back. So you can actually farm up a bunch of Dreamlight that way to be able to at least get some stuff back. But yeah, we already talked about like how expensive breaking down paths is. So if I wanted just 708 paths just to get 354, I would get Dreamlight. But again, I don't think this Dreamlight is necessarily the problem. I think it all goes back to not having enough ways to actually get Dreamlight. So I do love the idea actually that this, like just from a lore standpoint, from like a story standpoint, that these magical machines operate on Dreamlight. I mean, it wouldn't make sense if we had them operate on like star coins or something like that. So they just need to go and fix that. So yeah, that's definitely probably the #1 issue in this game right now. Before, we never really had an issue with Dreamlight, but we saw that massive shift from like December until now. So almost the last 6 months or so, the game has massively shifted into everything costing Dreamlight. And we used to have like 100, 200,000 Dreamlight, and it's been fully depleted. The realms are expensive. We're about to get another realm. Actually, I don't know when the next realm is going to be, because the next update should be Skull Rock. I'm not sure how that's going to work. They might implement a new thing in there that's going to cost Dreamlight as well. We also have Tiana's cooking station, which costs Dreamlight, which that does make sense there. Hannah, thank you for following. And yeah, that makes sense too, because it's a slow cooker. It's like a magical machine in this game. So yeah, you guys let me know down below what your thoughts are on how they could implement more ways to farm Dreamlight, but have restrictions, have limitations where it's not just too, like we get enough currency and then we're done with it, you know? Like I can't remember last time I've had to farm up star coins or anything like that. And it would actually be nice if there's more of a balance. So hopefully Gameloft kind of listens to the community, listens to some of the feedback, and makes some changes. They seem to. It does take them a while. But I think this is a pretty good way of letting them know that this is an issue we're struggling with. So thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next one.